A multinational financial institution is undergoing a merger with another corporation. During the due diligence process, security analysts discovered significant discrepancies in the risk management frameworks used by both companies. The acquiring company follows a quantitative risk assessment model, while the target company relies heavily on a qualitative risk analysis based on subjective evaluations. Additionally, many critical assets in the target company lack proper risk categorization, and threat modeling has never been formulated or formally conducted. As a lead security strategist, what is the best course of action to ensure a smooth security integration process and proper risk alignment between the two companies? A, immediately enforce the acquiring company's quantitative risk model across the entire organization. B, retain both models and apply them selectively based on asset classification levels. C, conduct a full business impact analysis and reassess risk based on unified risk framework. D, discard both models and implement a zero risk assessment to ensure complete alignment. Now, every time I do a question, every time I say something, I give you guys time to digest it because a lot of information. But just if you're going through this with me, if you're on the actual exam, you've been studying, so on and so forth, make sure you pay attention to the last line for sure and the first line. Now, sometimes the stuff in between doesn't matter as much, but one of the biggest things in this is what's the best course of action? Best course of action. Now, I'm going to be quiet for a minute and let you guys think. Three, two, one. What's the best course of action? So for this, the best course of action is going to be conduct a full business impact analysis and reassess risk based on unified risk framework. So the impact analysis is super important, but it has emphasis on importance when you're talking about mergers, because you kind of want to figure out what is the risk of us merging. Do we do things differently than us? Or are we on the same page or on different pages? And you just need to determine how risks affect both organizations. Just doing stuff just to do it, the first option, it kind of ignores the risk culture. And if you do B, it's going to be inconsistencies and people are going to have a hard time adapting, the model. And then D, it would delay integration significantly. The best approach is to conduct a business impact analysis, unify risk assessment methods, and align them with regulatory and industry best practice. So this is the first question. How are we doing? Did we get it right? Are we saying, holy shit? Or how do we feel? Right. So this is the mind frame we need to be in. It's going to be super long questions. They're going to be multiple choice. And in some instances, if we're not in the right headspace, if we're not using the right framework to get the right answer, all the damn questions can sound right. Let's go to the next one. I think moving forward, because I made these questions long as fuck, I may not read the answer, but I don't know. I don't think I am. I think I'll just let you guys kind of figure it out on your own. Now, that's one of the questions that you may be asking as well, is where the hell did I get these questions from? I made all these questions up myself. I have a practice test vault with questions just like this that help you pass certifications. If you are interested in that, you can look in the description for that stuff. Here we go. A government contractor specializing in classified defense systems is developing a new artificial intelligence-based threat detection platform. During a security audit, assessors discovered that secure coding practices are not consistently followed, and developers lack training in secure software development lifecycle methodologies. Additionally, code reviews are only performed after major software releases, and penetration testing is not part of the development cycle. Considering the project's critical nature, which actions should be prioritized to immediately improve the security posture of development teams. Keyword, prioritize to immediately improve. Three, two, one. Now, for anybody who thinks I may be moving too fast, trust me, man, when you're inside the actual exam, you're actually going to have a little bit less time than that to really read the question and figure out what the answer is. Remember, you may get upwards of, 150, 175 questions. You only got 4 hours. So you don't have 10, 15 minutes to be going through each question. You don't even have a couple minutes. So for this, the best thing to do step immediately is mandate the use of static application security testing and dynamic application security testing in an SICD pipeline. So when you integrate security testing directly into the CI/CD pipeline, it ensures continuous monitoring and remediation of vulnerabilities. While security, your option A, help with cultural change, it does not provide immediate risk reduction. Required certifications, which was option B, could delay production and does not enforce security controls. And last but not least, if you hire an external red team, it's valuable, but should complement automated security testing, not replace it. A financial institution is exploring the use of blockchain-based smart contracts to automate certain banking transactions. While reviewing the implementation, a security researcher identified a critical flaw in the smart contract code that could allow an attacker to steal funds from user accounts. The problem stems from the fact that once a smart contract is deployed, it cannot be modified, meaning that any vulnerabilities become permanently embedded in the blockchain. This raises concerns about the long-term security and immutability risks of smart contract-based financial transactions. Which of the following is the best way to mitigate security risks in blockchain-based smart contract applications? Three, two, one. All right, so for this, you can implement formal verification methods to mathematically prove the correctness of smart contract code before deployment. Formal verification ensures that smart contract logic is mathematically tested against all possible attack vectors before deployment. Now, with 3 questions in, you see how much value I'm providing. You can see that I'm the best instructor this side of Mississippi. So all I ask you to do right now is like the video. You do not have to subscribe. I don't give a fuck about that, but I do want you to like the video. And then in the comments, let me know how far off for you, right? If you were thinking about taking a CISSP, was this what you were expecting? Is it harder? Is it easier? And has this kind of made you think maybe I should start somewhere else? Maybe I should get Security Plus. Maybe I should even get A Plus. Maybe I should get a beginner certification. But even if you are a beginner watching this, right, it can kind of show you how big of a gap, right? You see when I do the IT fundamentals training all the way to the CISSP training, the gap in knowledge and just the ITF Plus is pretty much like you start in varsity in middle school. This is your Michael Jordan in the finals, right? So you can kind of see the difference. And you can also see why I'm the boss of all bosses when it comes to this training stuff. So just let me know in the comments how you feeling, how you doing. Has it changed your view on CISSP? Did you know about the requirements on CISSP? So on and so forth. You ready for the next one? All right. A large enterprise is transitioning to a zero trust architecture to enhance its security posture. The security team has deployed microsegmentation to restrict lateral movement, multi-factor authentication for all users, AI-driven anomaly detection for continuous monitoring. However, during a red team exercise, attackers successfully gained access to sensitive data using compromised administrator credentials. Which of the following is the best way to strengthen the organization security posture? Which of the following is the best way? Three, two, one. Implement just-in-time privilege access and enforce continuous authentication. So the JIT, not a Florida slang term, is access ensures the user receive elevated permissions only when needed and for a limited time, reducing the attack surface for privilege escalation. A global retail company experienced a ransomware attack that encrypted its customer database and demanded a Bitcoin payment for decryption. The incident response team quickly identified the attack and attempted to restore from backups, but the latest backups were also encrypted by the ransomware. What should the company prioritize to prevent this situation from happening again? What should the company prioritize to prevent this situation? Now, I've taught a couple of CISSP boot camps, right? And one of the biggest things that I found is that students you have to quickly be able to intake the information, see what it says, and understand what it's asking you and what the solution is very, very, very quickly, right? You got to be able to read the question, soak in the information, dissect the information. This is what this is what's broken, or this is what the problem is. This is how I need to fix it. Another thing is, a lot of you guys, what I found is, if you already have a bunch of certifications, you're already working in the field, you may think that you're a lot smarter than you really are. When it comes to the certification, let your ego go. Let your ego go, and just kind of be a sponge, because that ego will definitely catch up to you when it comes to the certifications as well as in your actual career. Last thing is, even if you go past a question and you think that is the answer, I strongly recommend still read all the answers. Still read all the answers. We ready? 3, 2, 1. Implement an offline immutable backup strategy with regular recovery testing. Immutable backups cannot be modified or deleted by ransomware, ensuring that clean copies of data remain available. All right, gang, that was our training for today. If you did a good job, great. If you didn't do a good job, that's still great. You're still trying. Keep on coming back. I drop videos just like this on numerous certifications throughout the week. Usually drop 3 or 4 videos a week. Some CompTIA stuff, some Cisco stuff, some AWS stuff, some CISSP stuff, some CH stuff, all different certifications because I'm pretty much the baddest motherfucker on the internet that does this, right? So if you're looking to get into the Zero to IT Hero program, make sure that you log into itmasterkey.com and enroll into the Zero to IT Pro program. That way, you will be eligible to get into the Hero program in September. If you are just starting off, we have the IT Fundamentals course as well, and also the Practice Test Vault. All that information is in the description. If you like this video, if it was valuable to you, at a minimum, like this video so I can get into the algorithm and help more people just like you. Other than that, I'll see you in class.